Okay, excellent. So we're joined here today with Socha, Sasha and Melissa. So Socha, Sasha and Melissa attended the multi-let success course back in, was it?
February, last February.
Last February, so February 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you've attended the course, you've all achieved quite a lot of success through rent to rent.
Yeah.
And today I just want to run through, just want you to share with us a little bit about where you are now on your journey, where you were when you first started out. So if you could just run us through like what you was doing before you actually got into rent to rent, and what inspired you like to actually take the action and move forward with it. So
before we went on the course, actually me and Socha, we went on the course. Rent to rent. Melissa didn't actually attend the course. She was unaware of it at that time. And we were at uni and studying law. We dropped out of the university, and we wanted to find another way to make money, you know, rather than going through the conventional way. So we started to read a lot, and then we came across property, then we came across rent to rent, then we searched rent to rent, and we came across Peter Sin's course. And through that, you really inspired us that day in the course, and the materials that you provided was so useful that we actually were able to go out and do it straight away. And then me and Socha and Melissa, we're friends from college anyway, so we already knew each other. Then Melissa approached us. She was interested in some sort of business venture, and and so we just said, look, you know, we have this, we're on this course with Peter Sin, and here's the material he provided us, have a read. And literally, as soon as she read that folder, she was like, I'm on it. Let's do it. And we got cracking.
wow. So that's how you like started. So so you dropped out of university and just literally got going with the rent to rent straight away.
Yeah, we dropped out of university. I think it was about 7 months before we went on the rent to rent course. But during that time, we was just like researching property, and we found different strategies until we came across the rent to rent strategy, something that we thought we could do. That was a possibility for us at the time. So and then that's what.
Okay, and were you investing in properties before that, or this was your first tasting?
Yeah, the first tasting,
So what was it? Was you looking at other strategies before you got into rent to rent, or was it just rent to rent, or?
We were looking at different strategies, and what strategy did we start with? I can't remember. I think we were interested in, you know, flipping, buying and flipping, but we didn't know how to get into that. And then through researching different type of strategies in property, we came across rent to rent, which we thought starter money is minimal. It's easy to get into. We thought, and it's less responsibility. We thought, let's just try and get into this. And then in the future, we were looking to get into bigger events. So
basically, rent to rent for you has been like a stepping stone. Allowing you to build like a cash flow pot to be able to go and do bigger events.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's amazing. So, what would give us an insight into like your first deal? Like, how was your first deal? What happened, and what was like the process? Share with us.
First deal was the funny thing was with the first deal, I was actually calling so many agents getting shut down because we didn't have a portfolio to show them. And the fact that we hadn't been, we opened as soon as we left the course, we opened the company. So in Companies House we registered it, but we weren't active for about 6-7 months. So they were saying, what were you doing for 7 months? So they weren't having it. So then the last phone call I made after getting so fed up, I made a phone call to the estate agent in Tooting, and the guy was so rude. He was literally so rude, and he was like, it's illegal. And then I explained to him that it's not illegal, and I explained properly to him, I spoke to him properly. And then he goes, fine, come out. If you want to see the property, you better be in about an hour. I said, I can't make it in an hour. I can be there in 2. He was like, well, if it goes by then, that's your loss. So I went as fast as I could. The minute I walked into the office, I got there early, in fact, and he was like, I said, oh, I've got a viewing with Mark. And then he said, well, I'm busy, you're too early. I didn't tell you to come at this time. Very rude, and I thought, wow. I was like, wow. So then I was thinking, I'm wasting my time here. So we went to the property, and I explained to him, I spoke to him, and it was actually his banter that was, I didn't kind of click into his banter at the beginning. So then we went to the property. I explained to him what we do. He liked it. He was like, well, do you want to put an offer down? We put an offer down straight away. And yeah, that's the agent that we've been dealing with ever since. And
wow.
Yeah.
So is that agent giving you more deals as well?
Yeah, he's given us 4 other deals. Yeah.
4 other deals. Wow, that's really good. And
exactly.
so like, because a lot of people, they say to me like rent to rent, oh, there's too much rejection involved with agents. And I always say that to get 10 rent to rents, for example, you don't need rapport with 10 agents.
Exactly.
If one agent, I mean, what's your views on that? I mean, how have you found it, like with your agents? And well, you've got, how many rent to rents do you have now?
We've got 5.
And out of those, you've got 4 from one agent.
Yeah, 4 from him. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And so just give us an insight into the numbers. Like, how did the numbers work on your first deal? Like, how much rent were you paying on the property?
The first was actually a very cheap one. I haven't seen anyone like that
really?
out there, but it was it was in really good quality as well, so it was really nice. The rent is 1,700 a month.
Yeah.
So we negotiated down from 1,800 to 1,700. I think it's because it was the December month as well. It's stuck on the market, so I think that's why they were willing to negotiate.
Yeah.
So with our rooms, we've got 1 room in there for 700, 2 for 650, and 1 for 6.
I think 1 for 750, 2 for 650. And 1 for like 640.
Yeah. 640.
Yeah.
So with that house, it doesn't have a lounge, but the kitchen's got space. Its kitchen's probably about this size, so it's got space for a table, a bit of communal space. So that one, with that one, we're making after bills. We calculated yesterday. It was 750, wasn't it?
Yeah.
750 after bills. Yeah, it was that one first deal.
And how long did it take you from the process of taking the property, setting it up, and getting it fully tenanted? How long?
About 3 weeks.
Bearing
in mind it was December.
Wow.
But we were really like interested as well at that time.
Yeah.
December was our first.
So we put a lot of effort into it.
All of us were just.
But it wasn't just that, because at first we started out with asking for, like you asked, first month's rent and last month's rent. But we saw, I think the first tenant that we got did that. Then we saw, it's okay, time's ticking, we need to get this house rented, so we're going to be paying the rent ourselves. So then we took it, I kind of just offered first month rent only. No deposit, no last month rent, just first month rent. And as soon as we did that, people started coming in.
Because it was coming up to, I think it was about a week left till it was rent day. And it was our first deal, so we're a bit like, shit.
And the time as well was near like Christmas time. So like, you know, people want to go back home, but we want to have the room secured before anyone starts going back.
Exactly,
to do something.
So we just said, fine, we're just gonna, that's the only house we've done that with. We just said, fine, just first month rent. And a lot of people jumped on that, and people was interested.
We've got good tenants in there, and they're long-term tenants, they're good tenants, never had any problems.
Wow.
They do the maintenance themselves.
Really?
Yeah, so that's...
So it's like, so that property's like hands-free, right?
Yeah, I would say that's like the best one. Even though it might not be the most lucrative one, but it's the best one in terms of the whole package. You don't get phone calls all the time, In terms of management, it's the best one.
Wow, that's really good. So just think, so you basically started off, you took your first deal December 2014. So that was what, 7 months ago? Back for what we're in June now. About 7 months.
Around 7 months.
So since then you've gone on to get what? You're on deal 5 now, and that's all fully tenanted.
Fully tenanted.
So wow. So I mean, like, so where are you at now? Like, how much cash flow, how much profit are you on at the moment?
We're just under 5,000.
You know exactly, just under 5,000. It sounds like 4.8.
Wow, So listen, like, tell us a little bit about yourself. You was it accounting background?
I went to uni and studied accounting, and then coming out of that, I was looking for a job for quite a while actually, and then I just about found one. And then I think I was speaking to Sasha. I was like, so what is it you lot are into? Because they told me like they're searching, they want to like run their own business, stuff like that. What is it you're doing exactly? And then she approached me and she was like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've been researching into. And then I think I went on one course, but it was just like a free course just to like give me insight into like
progressive
property. And then just going there and I just saw like there's different ways and I thought, okay, so what she's saying is actually true. Like, there's some more research online and I thought I'm actually really interested in this. So let me just start with them and then just see how it goes. And I think it's actually a really good decision because right now I'm so happy. I'm just looking forward to like the future because I know there's so much more we can do.
So right now, so you're up to like just under 5,000 a month. You've done it very quickly. Like, considering, like you did the course. I think it was like February, March 2014. You said, but you you actually decided to actually start taking the action in December.
Yeah.
So within about 6-7 months, you're on £5 grand net profit per month, 5 deals. That's an average. That's like an average of like one every like 6 weeks, I think, or something like that. Which is amazing.
Yeah, oh, wow, it is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, like, so share with us a little bit about what's the next steps moving forwards. Like, what's your aspirations? I mean, what do you want to? Where's the business going to go now?
Yeah, we want to continue growing the business.
Yeah, definitely.
And we now want to move into private landlords.
Yeah.
Because the upfront costs will be less. And we just feel like we'd rather deal directly with the landlord. So we're going to try and do that now.
Sure.
We're not going to cut out the agent we currently work with. We'll see what he has, but our priority is to go into the private landlord sector.
Because right now we've had like a lot of properties like thrown at us, and obviously we've thought, okay, this is good, let's take it on. But now we're going to be a bit more picky and what exactly that we want.
So you're going to cherry pick more. It's a bit like how my journey started out too. For me, it was like at the beginning I took deals on for letting agents, built the portfolio up. So you're almost like at a stage where you've got social proof now. And you can use that to show landlords that this is what we do. And this is how we can help you. And obviously, like you say, you keep your costs down as well, so you're not paying the agency fees.
Exactly. That's what we want to cut
minimise that.
Because this, I think it was in April. At the beginning, we didn't really feel the agency fees. We just kind of thought whatever. But in April, we took like 3 at the same time. So then that's when it was really expensive because the agency fees
nearly £3,000
on agency fees. Yeah, that's like another deal. So
so one agent charging.
They charge a lot. They charge
£3,000.
Yeah. So it was about nearly. It's about.
It was like £1,000 fee, and then you have a deposit, and then you have extra little fees on top. So adding that on like 3 properties at once, it was quite a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Definitely.
So you shared a little bit about rent to rent. It's allowed you to build cash flow. Tell us a little bit about lifestyle. Like obviously you've worked hard, so
with lifestyle.
This is the first month we've taken cash flow.
The first month.
Because we've been reinvesting.
Recycling the money.
So it's the first time we've actually taken it out. We haven't taken all of it out. We've only taken half of it.
A little bit.
Only a little bit out. Because we do want to keep on building the business. Definitely. But definitely in terms of cash flow, we've all replaced our income. We're all financially free in that aspect. And if we were to take the money out, we'd be living fine. We just once we're able to take the money out, we'll be able to live.
I think the aim is to kind of get, because I left my job in September to go like full time at rent to rent. So I've been doing this full time, and then whilst these guys have been working in their jobs. So she works in the accounting firm and she works in a property investment company. So I think the aim is to get them out as well. To get them out full time as well eventually. So hopefully by the end of the year we're all out full time. Going 100%.
So do you, like, obviously you've been building the business and you've been recycling. So like the next steps, like say for example, like are you looking to just continue on that pace, or are you gonna try and like set it up so you're working remotely? I mean, what do you actually what like for me, like when I started rent to rent, I set up a rent to rent business. I worked hard, I built up the cash flow, and then I realised that I was working hard within that to get that cash flow. Then I realised, no, I want the lifestyle. I want to be able to travel, do what I want.
Exactly.
I mean, what's in store? I mean, like, what was the like? We don't really get into rent to rent because we love doing.
Because you want to do. At first I said I don't mind, but now. I think we want to get to a stage where we've kind of got our own office set up and have people working for us, and we don't have to be we just literally
oversee it.
Overlook it.
We just overlook it really. Basically, that's what we want to get to, and we're looking into getting to other investments as well. So we want to start moving on to that. But we've got rent to rent growing because we've got a team of people working.
That will be set up.
And that's the plan. So we've already looked into other things that we're looking at. So we're looking into lease options. We're looking into buying and flipping. But that's when we kind of get this set up out of the way. And then start moving on to the next venture.
The idea is really not to be hands-on.
No.
So that's quite a lot with tenants calling you up all the time.
Yeah.
Little problems here and there. We don't really want that.
So this is something that will be like system-wise that I'm assuming, so you're going to get the system put in place, virtual assistants handling all that for you.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to just like focus on, like growing and have a self-growing business, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's what it's all about. I mean, what's life like at home like? I mean, I don't know much about your backgrounds and stuff like the family. Are they inspired to see what you're doing?
I think like,
look,
definitely
right now they are.
They weren't to, at the beginning.
It
was a nightmare dealing with family members.
Yeah.
But now that we can actually tell them, look, I'm making this. They're like, what? 6 months? Do you know what I mean? It's a big jump. 6 months ago we weren't making any money, and then now the business is making that much money. So people now in my family, especially, they're believing in us now, and they're like, oh, well done, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, at the beginning it was kind of you lot made the wrong decision. University's the only way out. Like that was at the beginning, but now I think people kind of warming up to that. They've seen the results.
So share with us a little bit, like, because I had some challenges with my family when I started out, because they wanted me to work in like a post office when I was investing, and I knew they wouldn't really understand. So for me it was like I was continuing to move the business forwards, but not telling them too much about it. I mean, have you had similar challenges, like, or how was you dealing with it? Like, did you have a lot of limiting beliefs coming your way while you was growing?
I think when I sort of joined with these guys, at the point when I think I told like my brother, because I'm quite close with him. I didn't tell my mum, my dad, my sisters. I just thought there's no point in telling them just yet, just because you know what they're going to be like. And it's like, just sort of wait. And then after, I showed my mum like one of the properties that I had, and she was like, wow, this actually looks really nice. And she was like, I'm going to keep praying for you, I'm so happy for you. Just going to make sure like you kind of keep me involved. So to hear that, it's like, okay.
Supportive.
Some support. I think with my mother, because me and Sasha were literally just obsessed with property investment. We had all the CDs and we'd always play it throughout the house. At the beginning, my mum was like, oh, that's a scam, going on these schools, a scam. But then later on, because we kept playing the CDs, we kept talking about, she overheard conversations, she thought maybe property investment.
So she opened up.
She started opening up to it. But then she was still kind of, you need to go back to uni, you need to get a degree, nothing about a degree. But then when she saw the actual results, as you see the lifestyle now, and we actually take her to go see the property sometimes and whatnot.
So she
sees, so she has faith in us. She has faith in it. And she wants to get involved in property investment, not rent to rent per se, but other property investment she wants to get involved in.
So that's really good. So you've actually gone from, like, you've basically inspired like family.
Definitely inspired my mum. She's definitely inspired. I don't think she thought there was any way out for her.
Exactly.
And now she sees us, she's like, wow, you know, when you're ready, like, help me out. Do you know what I mean? Build her portfolio and whatever she wants to build. But definitely inspired.
So all three of you have basically gone from what, 0 to £5,000 net profit per month in 6 months. What would you say? Like, I mean, share with us, like, how much funds did you need to start the business?
Okay, we started with, I think we put 1.5 each, and then how much did you put?
1.5 as in £1,500.
Oh yeah, 1,500. Sorry. And you put 1.8. So how much did that go?
It's about 5.3.
Yeah,
5.
So about 5.
We didn't use all of that. We just made sure we had some money set aside for like furniture,
stuff like that.
But it was
to actually get into the deal. It was about 4 or 5 to get into the deal, I think. Including that.
Okay, so say you started the business off with 5,000. Have you had to put any more of your own money in, or have you just been recycling what's been coming through?
The route sort of gone down because like we've been with the agent, and then there's all the fees from the agent side. So we've kind of had to put in a bit more money just to cover agency fees and deposits and stuff like that. But now we're trying to move away from that.
Sure. So how much would you say? Like about 5 you've actually. So it's taken you £5,000 to start the business up. And you've put a bit towards agency out of your own money along the journey.
I'd say it took us a little bit more because we didn't get last month's rent for 3 of our tenants on our first house. So we weren't able to recycle that money because we just wanted it rented. It was at that point we just,
So how much did we put in overseas? And bearing in mind, in April we had like literally 3 lines up. Even though we didn't take them on in April, it was we had to put the deposits down, not deposit, holding fees down in April for 3 properties with that agent, which came out. 1 came in May, 2 came in May, 1 came in April. We had to have a bit more money up front. So how much did we get for that?
So we Probably another 4 grand.
Yeah.
Another 4 grand, including
Because
stuff.
we had 2 properties. By April, we already had 2
properties
so
that we yeah, so about another 4 grand that we put in.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but really, when you look at that now, so you put about 5 grand in at the beginning, you've had to put 4 halfway through, a little bit, like 9 grand. But you're making like 4,800 a month.
Exactly. So it compensates really.
So it's like 2 months you've got your
money back really. Yeah.
Wow, so that's amazing. So I mean, what would you say to somebody who might be? I mean, I've always said rent to rent changes lives. It's changed my life. I can see how it's changed your life.
Definitely.
I remember when you first came to the event. I think it was like in February 2014, and there was a lot of action takers from that event that gone on to get serious results as well. I mean, and that's what makes me really passionate about teaching rent to rent, because it's changed my life, and not only does it change lives, it allows you to live abundantly and create freedom.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
And I mean, what would you say to somebody who might be sitting on the fence, not sure whether to invest in property, whether rent to rent is the right strategy for them? What would you say? What's your advice?
I feel like if you want to take control and like really actually own your own business, you actually need to get up and do something about it and actually get out there and actually take action. Because like when you're working for someone else, it's like you feel like you've got bills, yeah, you're getting paid, but then you're not really happy because you're working for someone else. So when you're actually like owning your own business, you're controlling it, really and truly, you're working for yourself, you're more motivated. So it just gets you out there. So just do it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say that. So I'd also say don't be afraid of taking risks. I think that's the main thing. We're risk takers. It's like all of us are risk takers. Anyone that's taking action is a risk taker. And I think if you're afraid to take risks, you won't ever kind of get to
step out your comfort
zone and get to where you want to be. So I think don't be afraid to take risks. Also, don't be scared to partner up with people. At the beginning, people said to us lot, "Oh, you lot got a part 3 of you, but how much are you really each taking out individually?" Fair enough, it might not be a lot right now individually, but we're building a business where eventually it will be more than if I had stayed in my job and not done nothing about
and try to do it by yourself.
And really and truly to save up at the time in my current situation, to save up £4,000, £5,000 to start out, it was a lot, and it probably would have been. I probably wouldn't have it by now. So joint venture with people. Don't be afraid to climb up the ladder with each other. I think.
So what you're saying is that it doesn't matter even if you've not got 5 grand to
it
start
doesn't matter.
Even if you've got like just £1,000 or £1,500, you can stay with 2 or 3 people and do that. And how important was it? How important was it? Like you're all 3 of you JVing together. Was it a hard decision to JV with each other? In terms of, give us an insight into, have you had any challenges working together since?
No.
We haven't had any challenges.
I think we've got a really good team.
I think we have a good team, but I think it's also because we've known each other for a long time, so the trust is naturally there. We actually, before Melissa was involved, we actually tried to JV with someone else that we'd met at a networking event. He was a nightmare. And I'm happy we didn't actually get that.
I think with us 3, we have the same end vision. We have the same end goal. But with the man that we tried to JV with before we knew Melissa was interested, he never had the same vision as us. He was trying to break the rules a bit. So it was a bit of.
It was hard.
So it was harder.
We didn't go down that route.
So I think it's important to have a good team. I think it's definitely important to have a good team.
So like what you're saying is like. Like you met the guy at the networking event, JV, and it didn't work. So really, it's important to know who you're working with more than what the actual thing is or the actual deal is. Or
that's important. I think that's important. I think because taking other experiences into consideration as well. Because I've got other ventures that I do outside of property. And just the team's falling apart because everyone's got. You don't know who they are. You're getting into business with. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of, you don't know what their vision is until actually money comes into the table.
And then you start
true colours come out. But money's coming to our table and everyone's true colours is out there from the beginning.
And it's because you know, like, and trust each other. You know
definitely.
Wow, that's really good. I just want to thank each and every one of you, like Socha, Sasha, and Melissa, for sharing with us. I know that this interview is going to inspire a lot of people, and your journey's been very inspiring. All of your journeys have been very inspiring. Where you've come from to where you are now in just 6 months, 0 to 5 grand net profit per month. I'm really excited to see what the next 6 months
are.
We're halfway through the year, so maybe we'll check back in again in December.
That's what we were saying.
came before we actually
Yeah,
came.
literally,
So
before we
6
came
months
here.
ago, we were literally on 0.
Wow.
Well, we were just getting our first property. And now we're on 5, nearly 5 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so imagine when we see you again in the next 6 months, what will be on?
Wow, yeah, definitely. And the truth is, there is no limits, you know.
There isn't.
And the one thing I admire about all three of you is the fact that you've not sat there and procrastinated. You've seen what it's about. You know what needs to be done. You've gone out there. You've taken the action. You've worked hard as a team, and you're growing a long-term business. So you should be really proud of yourselves and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm just gonna switch that. Okay. Wow, that was really good. That was really.